Um, okay, so we're standing on the mats, feet together. Oh, let me just bring my camera up. Good. So turning toes out, followed by heels, just looking down, make sure the feet are tracking straight and parallel to each other. Soft through the knees, hips facing forward, shoulders round and down and ears over the shoulders. Placing the hands on the hips, and we're just going to rock that pelvis forward and back. So imagine you're sloshing water out the back and out the front, and feeling the flattening and then the arching of that lumbar spine. So finding the halfway point between the two, nice neutral spine position. We're going to think about that deep lateral breathing. So deep breath in through the nose. Feel that rib cage expanding and out through the mouth. Good. One more time. Deep breath in through the nose. Rib cage expanding and out through the mouth. So while we continue with this deep lateral breathing, I want you to imagine that belt around your waist, drawing the sides towards each other and the belly button back towards the spine. And at the same time, feel those pelvic floor muscles like a lift coming up. 1, 2, 3. So tightness through the whole abdominal core region, but you can keep with that deep lateral breathing. Relaxing the arms down by your side, and we're going to start with the forward shoulder rolls. Just nice big rolls, nice and slow, just feeling any tightness in that shoulder girdle. Good. One more time. Forward, and then we're going to reverse. So up to the ears, over the mountain, and down the other side. Good. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Working with the breath. One more time, and then we're relaxing the shoulders, sliding them down the back, arms down by the side, and keeping those shoulders locked down the back. We're floating the arms out to the side and up to the ceiling. Now check those shoulders are away from your ears. In fact, let's just do a shoulder shrug. Shrug them up, and then draw the shoulders down the back. Brilliant. Push the air away as you bring the arms back down. In breath, locking those shoulders down the back as we float the arms out to the side. And again, reaching up to the ceiling, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. And then we're going to bring the arms back to shoulder height, bend the elbows and place the hands behind your head. So shrug those shoulders up to your ears. Draw the shoulders down your back, and then squeeze those shoulder blades together at the back. Unlock the fingers, palms facing away from you, and we're bringing the hands down just behind the upper body. Good. So we're reaching back, feeling that stretch through the front of the chest. In breath, float the arms back up to shoulder height. Bend the elbows, place the hands behind the head. Shrug the shoulders up to your ears, draw the shoulders down the back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, unlock those fingers, palms facing away from you, and again, just feeling that lovely stretch. Reach the arms back a bit, feel that stretch through your chest, and relax the arms and just rolling the shoulders round. Good. So we're going to drop left ear to left shoulder, right arm behind the back, left hand over the head, and just very gently, not forcing anything, we're increasing that stretch down the side of the neck and across the top of the shoulder. Breathing through that. Then we're going to drop the nose over the left breast. Take the hand behind the head. Don't tip, try not to tip forward with the upper body. We're just getting another muscle here, the levator scapula. Just stretching that out. Relax the hands down, center the head. We're going to drop right ear over right shoulder, left arm behind the back. Take the right hand over the head, draw that left shoulder down. Just breathing through that stretch. Remember, try not to tip with the upper body. Keep the shoulders square over the hips. And then drop the nose over the right breast, hand behind the head. And again, we're just going to gently bring that head forward. Draw that left shoulder down the back. Good, and coming up to the center, and again, just rolling those shoulders, run and into the side bend now. So right arm up, left arm down, lengthen through the waist, and then over into that left side bend, reach that right arm over the top. Good, in breath to center, we're changing arms, lengthening through the waist. Reach that right hand down towards that right knee, so you're feeling the lovely opening all through that left side, and center back up again. Brilliant. So we're going to get the heart pumping a little bit, and I'm feeling particularly warm, just opening the window. So we're going to grab our balls. We can have the feet now a little bit wider than hip width apart. Standing, so I'm just going to show you the first one. So we're going to work with squats a little bit this term. So we're going to squat down, taking the knees out and bring the ball to the floor. But keep the back straight, don't bend down with the ball. So back straight, we're going to drop the ball down, stand back up, ball up to the ceiling. So bend the knees, squat down, keep the back straight and push it back up to the ceiling again. Good. Squatting down, drop the ball to the floor, push back up and up to the ceiling. Good. 3 more times. In breath, squat, drop as low as you can and push back up. Good. 2 more. Take the glutes to the heels and pushing back up. Last one. In breath, squat. Out breath, pushing back up again. Good. Now we're going to side lunge to the left. Take the ball just in front of that left foot, and then we're going to reach the ball over to the right, straightening the leg. So in breath, side lunge to the left. Push the ball back up to the right. Good. 3 more times. Side lunge. Push back up to the right. Feel that stretch through the left side. When you push up, try and keep both legs straight and push. Good. 2 more. In breath and push back up. You never thought Pilates you'd get too much of a sweat on, did you? In breath, push back up and then center back up again. Same to the right now. Right side lunge, ball to the floor, reach and push back up to the left. Good. In breath, side lunge to the right. Now really the focus here is on the lunges rather than what the ball is doing. So focus and make sure you can feel it through the quads there. 2 more. In breath to foot. Out breath, push back up. Last one. In breath to the foot. Out breath, push back up. Good. Centering back up again. We're going to do a full circle. So over to the right, into the side lunge. As you bring the ball across the middle, we're going to squat down, side lunge to the left, back up to the ceiling. Good. So over to the right, squat, don't follow, keep the back straight. Side lunge to the left and ceiling. Good. 2 more times. Side lunge right, squats, keep the back straight. Side lunge left and ceiling. Last one. In this direction, side lunge, squat, side lunge, and up, changing direction, left side lunge, squat, keep the back straight, taking it all through the leg. Good. Over to the left. Squat, crown of the head to the ceiling. And up. Good. 2 more. Side lunge. Squat. Over to the right. And up. Last one. Squat. Side lunge. And up. Excellent. Closing the legs together now, or maybe just hand width apart. I'll just show you now. We're just working on that thoracic back. Keep the knees bent. We're going to side bend, round the thoracic back, right side bend, and ceiling. So we're not going down to the floor. We're taking the ball just to the waistline, rounding through the back and back up. So 4 times in each direction. Keep the knees soft. Over to the left, round through the thoracic back, right, and back up. Make sure you keep your knees a little bit soft here. Over to the left, round, right, and back up. 2 more. We can speed it up a little bit here for 3. And last one, side bend, rounding, right bend, and changing directions. Over to the right, rounding the thoracic back, left, and back up. To the right, rounding through the thoracic back, side bend. 2 more. Good, really just loosening off, getting the blood flowing. Last one, rounding through the back, over to the left side, up to the ceiling. We can bring the ball down and we'll have a little breather and we can sit on the ball. Good. Okay, so just sitting on the ball, ankles underneath the knees, knees hip width apart. Make sure when we're sitting on the ball that we're not collapsing that waist. Lift that waist, crown of the head up to the ceiling. We're going to start with those pelvic circles. So just taking that pelvis through its full range of movement there. Just loosening off any tightness, lower back. Good. One more time in this direction. And then we're going to change direction. And with 3 circles in the other. So nice and slow. Really feel those muscles around the pelvic joint, the tendons, the ligaments stretching out here. Good. And we're centering back up again. Make sure you're sitting squarely on the ball. Feel both seat bones down into that ball, crown of the head lifted up to the ceiling. We can just hang the arms down by the ball. So we're going to work with one leg lifts here. So keeping that left seat bone down into the ball, we're going to float that left knee up. Good. Now this is really good at, and then done. We're just going to keep going, alternating the legs. This is quite good to see where the weaknesses are through the glutes, the seat bone, because you might find one side is worse than the other. So focus on dropping the seat bone down before you lift that the leg up. So drop the seat bone to lift and lower. Good. Last time, if you've done one to the right, just stop. Back down to the floor. We're now going to take the left leg up and straighten the left leg out. Bend and lower back down. Good. Drop the right seat bone down. Lift. Lengthen the right leg. Bend and lower back down. Good. Left leg lift. Lengthen, hold it here, and we're going to start to circle that ankle joint, trying to keep that pelvis as level as possible and really feel like you're stretching through the ankle joint. We're changing directions. Breathing, crown of the head, don't collapse that waist. Keep the waist lifted. Bringing the foot back to the center. We're pointing through the foot and flexing. Good. Pointing and flex. You should be feeling a bit of burning through the quads as well. 2 more times. Point and flex. Last time. And flex, bend the knee and take the foot back down to the floor. Good. Right side, drop the right seat bone down. We're lifting the right leg up. Take the right leg forward. Bend the knee and lower. Good. Weight into the right seat bone. Keep the waist lifted and tall. Right leg forward. We're circling that ankle joint. Good. 5 in each direction, nice and slow, and 5, and then we're reversing for 5, 4, 3, 2, last circle, and then we're pointing and flexing. Good. Point and flex. Good. 2 more. Point and flex. Last one. Good. Bend the knee and take the foot back down to the floor. And we'll just one more time, because we've kind of been working and slightly holding through the pelvis. We're just going to circle that off. Coming up to standing, you can just leave the ball in front of you. Standing the back of the mat, feet hip width apart, soft knees, core engaged. We're going to go into the roll down. So deep breath in. As we breathe out, we drop chin to chest, and then we're peeling the vertebra off the wall behind you. One vertebra at a time. Arms hanging, head hanging. Let the crown of the head weight you down towards the floor. Hold yourselves here, or sorry, let yourselves hang here. Let the head drop down, the shoulders slide down your back. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, we scoop belly button to spine, rounding back up, stacking that spine, come up to standing and rolling those shoulders back. Good. We're going to use the ball now for the next one. So just bringing that ball in again. Same thing applies. Soft knees, core engaged, chin to chest. We're rounding down, crown of the head coming towards the ball, feeling the articulation through the vertebra joint. As your crown of the head comes to the ball, we're going to push that ball away, straighten through the legs, lengthen the tailbone back. At the same time, we're lengthening the crown of the head forward. Drop the head down between the arms, trying to get those legs as straight as possible and just feeling that lovely stretch. Breathing through it, and then we're going to soften through the knees. We're going to come down. We can just push the ball to the side for the sec, and we're coming down onto all fours. Good. Okay, so knees underneath hips, wrists underneath the shoulders, top of the feet flat onto the floor, scooping that belly button to spine. Think of the shoulders down the back. On the in-breath, we're coming into our cat stretch. So we're rounding thoracic back up to the ceiling. On the out-breath, we're lengthening tail and crown, feet on through into the back extension. Good. We're going to do this 2 more times. I think there's a delivery at the door, so I'm going to leave you for 1 second, a minute. Back into the stretch. Good. 1 more time. Rounding thoracic back up to the ceiling. On the out breath, lengthen tail and crown, feet on through into the back extension. We're just going to stretch it off. Can you leave it there? We're just going to stretch off, rounding thoracic back up to the ceiling. And then we're coming back to the neutral spine. And we're going to do the calf stretch while I quickly grab this door. So left leg back, tuck the toe underneath you, push back through the hands. and we're taking the heel to the floor. Okay, and we're holding that for 10 seconds. Thank you. Thanks. Sorry. 10 seconds done. Anyone counting? All right, we're sliding that left knee back in again. We're going to slide the right leg back, tuck the right toe underneath you, push back through the hands, try and take the heel to the floor. Keep the back of the head in line with the spine. Feel that lovely stretch through the calf there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're sliding that right knee back in again. Good. Okay, so into the hip drops now. We're going to drop both hips down to the right, looking over the left shoulder at your feet, and in breath to center, back up again. Good. Drop both hips over to the left, looking over your right shoulder at your feet. So again here, we're just stretching the pelvis, the lower back, and even down the sides, the IT bands. Good. So the hips go one way, the head looks over the opposite shoulder at your feet. Good. We're going to go 3 times to each side, each time seeing if you can drop those hips a little lower. Good. One more time to each side. And center. And drop the hips down, looking over the right shoulder. Back to the center. Sit down on your heels. If it's not comfortable to sit on your heels, stay slightly lifted. Walk the hands forward and drop the head down to the floor. Breathe through that. And then we're going to round back up, stacking the spine. And we're going to come down to lying on our right side and grab your cushion or pillow or anything you have to just pop underneath your head. And bring my mat back a bit. Good. So you're lying on your right side. Your knees are bent. Both arms are straight out in front of you. Think about lining up the body so the shoulder is in line with the hips and in line with the ankle. Relaxing the shoulder blades down your back. So on the in-breath, we're going to take that top arm up to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head as you open that arm into the open book. Try not to let that hip drop back, otherwise you lose the rotation through the back. And then we're going to close that book, slowly back up again as we bring the arm back over. Good. Deep breath in, push that top hip forward, take the arm to the ceiling, pushing the hip forward. Follow the hand with the head as we open the arm back into the open book. And then we're going to float the arm back to the ceiling and closing it back up. The next time we're going to do the rotation. So on the in-breath, arm to the ceiling, push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. Now, if it feels too much, too painful through the shoulder, place the hand onto the shoulder and just drop the elbow back. We're going to, keeping the hand on the floor, we're going to bring the hands down over the legs, sweeping the hands over the open arm, up above the head, trying to keep the hand on the floor as much as possible, pushing that top hip forward. Look at your hand, and then we're closing that book back up again. Good. Deep breath in. We're taking that arm, top arm, up to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. This time, we're going to bring the arm up above the head first. Sweeping it down over the open arm. down over the legs, keeping the hands to the floor as much as possible. Push that top hip forward, back into the open book, and then we're drawing that arm back up and over again. Brilliant. So just sliding the pillow away, we're going to come up into onto our elbows. Make sure the elbow is underneath the shoulder. If you have the elbow out, you're putting a lot of pressure through that shoulder joint. So make sure the elbow is underneath the shoulder. The waist is lifted away from the mat. So we're not slouching watching telly. We're lifting that waist away from the floor. Imagine the candle burning. Good. Top arm up to the ceiling. So knees are bent, knees and feet are stacked. Push that top hip forward. We're opening the arm back. Follow the hand with the head. On the out breath, we're going to bring that arm round, palm down, and then we're going to feed through the gap between the elbow and the waist. Have the hand on the floor as away with the head and feel that rotation stretch through your back. In breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Now the aim here is to keep those hips stacked. The hips don't want to collapse because we want to keep that rotation. The stretch is through the back and through the back of the shoulder, through the scapula. Feed the hand through, creep those fingers away. Good. Last time, in breath, up to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head, chest to the ceiling, and then we're bringing the arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap, and we're creeping those fingers away from you. Good. Breathe through that stretch. We're going to hold it. Good. Arm back up to the ceiling and relax it down on top of the thigh. Brilliant. So we're changing sides. Bring your cushion with you. Onto our left side. Knees are bent. Place the head onto the cushion. So just thinking shoulders, hips and ankles all stacked and in a straight line. Both arms straight out in front of you. So on the in-breath, we're taking that right arm up to the ceiling. Push that right hip forward. Follow the hand with the head as we open the book out. Good. So you should be feeling a stretch. Again, if it's too much for you through the shoulder, place the hand onto the shoulder and just drop the elbow down. But don't let that those hips drop back. And then we're going to draw the arm back up and closing the book up. Good. On the in-breath, we're taking the arm up to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head into that open book. On the out-breath, we're drawing the arm back up and over again. Good. This next time, we're going to do the rotation. So in-breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. We're going to draw the chalk circle, so we're going to bring the arm down, keeping the hand on the floor as much as possible, crossing over the legs, over the open arm, up above your head. Push that top hip forward as you come back into the open book position, and then we're drawing that arm back up and over again. Good. On the in-breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. We're drawing the chalk circle, but we're coming up above the head this time, trying to keep the hands on the floor as much as possible. Over the open hand, down over the legs, back into the open book. And then we're drawing the arm back up and over again. Brilliant. So we're coming up onto our elbow, the elbow underneath the shoulder, waist lifted up away from the floor, top arm up to the ceiling. Again, keeping those hips stacked. So in breath, push that top hip forward. follow the hand with the head. On the out breath, we're bringing the arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap. Follow the hand with the head, and we're creeping the fingers away from you, feeling that stretch. Good. In breath, arms to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. On the out breath, we're bringing the arm round, palm down, feed through the gap, and creeping those fingers away. Good. Last time. In breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. We're following the hand with the head. On the out breath, bring the arm around. We're going to hold this rotational stretch. Now we're feeding the hands through the gap, creeping those fingers away from you. Keep creeping, really stretching through the back of the shoulder. Good. Arms back, top arm back up to the ceiling and back onto your thigh. Excellent. So we're coming back onto our knees and we're coming onto all fours. Now, if you suffer with wrist issues, by all means use the ball. And from next week, we will be using the ball. It's just slightly harder on the ball, as in the exercises, but it's much better for wrists. So if you struggle with wrists, come over the ball. If your wrists are okay, then we can just come onto all fours. So choice is yours. So top of the feet on the floor, wrists underneath the shoulders, scooping that belly button to spine. So we're going to slide the left leg back, drop the left hip down, and then we're going to reach the left leg up. But remember, we're looking for length here. So you're trying to touch the wall behind you. Turn that light switch off. Good. Lower the left leg back down and slide it back in. Now, as you slide it in, try not to shift the weight from one side. As we slide the right leg back, reaching the right leg back and up, looking for length, not height. Lower back down and sliding, and try not to shift the weight. Good. As you change legs, we're sliding the left leg back, take it back up, but this time we're going to take the leg out to the side, only the leg, don't twist through the body. Center the leg back up again, lower, and slide it back in. Good. Take the right leg back, reaching it back and up. Take it out to the side, center, lower back down, and sliding back in. Now we're going to do leg and arm. So we're taking the left leg back. At the same time, we're sliding the right hand forward. Then we're reaching forward and back again, looking for length. Lower back down and sliding back in. So just to say, if you're using the ball, it is much more difficult on the ball, but we are going to be using it from next week, and it really works those core muscles. Good. Left arm forward, right leg back. We're reaching forward and back. Keep the back of the head in line with the spine. Lower and sliding back in. Good. Right arm forward, left leg back, reaching up. This time, if you feel bad, we're going to take the left leg to the side and the right arm out to the side. Back to the center, lower, and sliding back in. Good. So right leg back, left arm forward, reaching forward and back. Take it out to the sides. Try to keep the upper body, the torso doesn't change. Back to the center, lower, and slide back in. Brilliant. I'm going to just sit back on your heels for a sec. Head down to the floor, stretching off through the back. Good. So we're coming back up, rounding back up. We are going to grab the balls now. So placing the balls in front of the knees, we're going to roll over the ball. The hands should be sitting comfortably on the floor, shoulders down the back. The feet, the legs are straight and tucking those toes underneath you. Good. Lift that belly button up away from the ball. So you almost want to feel like you're lightening the weight on the ball. That's keeping yourself in the neutral spine position. We're pointing through the left toe and we're taking that up, reaching it back. Now this time, to fire up the glutes, I want you to lift the leg as high as you can, and we're going to pulse it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. So heel kick, take the heel to the glute, and then we're going to lift the leg and lengthen it away. Good. So in breath, heel kick, lift the knee up and lengthen the leg away. Good. 3 more. In breath, heel kick, lift the knee up and lengthen it back away. 2 more. In breath, heel kick, lift the knee up and lengthen it back away. Last one. In breath, heel kick, out breath, lift the knee and lengthen it back away. We're bending the knee again, heel kicking, flex the foot. Now we're taking the foot up to the ceiling, lift it as high as you can. We're pulsing it up here for 10, 9, 8. You should be feeling those glutes firing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Take the foot back down to the floor. Excellent. Okay, pointing through the right toe, we're taking the right leg up, reaching it back to touch the wall. Take the leg as high as you can that you feel that glute firing up. And we're pulsing it here, straight leg for 10, 9, 8. Keep trying to touch the wall behind you with your toe. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to bend the knee to heel kick, lift the knee up and lengthen the leg away. Think about your neutral spine position. Remember, lift the belly button up away from the ball. In breath, heel kick, lift the knee and lengthen. Good. 3 more. In breath, heel kick, lift the knee and lengthen. Good. 2 more. In breath, heel kick, lift the knee and lengthen. Last one. In breath, heel kick, lift the knee and lengthen the leg away. Good. We're heel kicking again. Flex the foot. Lift the knee up. So we're taking the foot to the ceiling and we're pulsing it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen the leg away and lower back down. You can round over the bend the knees and just a little relax. Round a little bit in one direction and then the other. Good. Okay. So coming off the ball, we can just put it to the side, but we are going to need it again. We're coming down to sitting. The feet are to the front of the mat. Knees and feet hip width apart, and the crown of the head reaching up to the ceiling. Just to talk you through quickly the rollback C curve. With the rollback C curve, we're drawing the belly button to spine and we're C curving the lower back. Now, sometimes if we're very stuck and locked, or we might even have some fusion going on with that lower back, it's quite hard to get that movement in the C curve, in which case don't come too low, all right? Because otherwise you're just going to be pulling on that back, all right? So, crown of the head up to the ceiling, arms in front, shoulders relaxed down the back. Deep breath in. Draw the belly button to spine. As we breathe out, we're rolling back. So we're not coming to the floor. We're just coming back as far as we can till we feel these core muscles starting to trigger. Make sure we got no tension in the shoulders and they're nice and wide through the chest. And then we're rolling back up and stacking that spine. Good. Deep breath in, draw the belly button to spine. As we breathe out, we're rolling back. Each time, see if you can go a little lower, working a bit harder. Don't let that belly button pop up. And we're rolling back up and stacking. Good. This time, I'll just show you the first one. We're going to roll back to C-curve. Then we're going to imagine we're pulling back a bow. We're going to take the elbow back and we're following the hand with the head back to the center and roll back up. If that feels too much for you, just keep going down and back up again. Okay. So deep breath in, drawing the belly button to spine. We're rolling back to the C curve. Make sure the belly button's pulled in. We're pulling the left bow. Follow the hand with the follow the eyes with the elbow. Back to the center. Roll and stack. Good. We're going to go to the right this time. Rounding back into the C curve. We're going to take the right elbow back. Follow it with the eyes. Back to the center. And rounding and stacking. Good. We're going to come back, roll back, C curve, left arm. Pull the left elbow back. Follow with the eyes. Center and roll back up. Good. Draw the belly button to spine as we C curve. Pull the right elbow back. Center and rolling back up. Good. This time, if we can, we're going to stay down to do both sides. So rolling back to the C curve, engage that core. Left elbow, follow with the eyes. And center, stay back. Right elbow, follow with the eyes. Center, roll back up and stack. Lengthen your legs away. Drop down over your knees. Take hold of your feet or ankles or even calves. Take a little bit of a pull on the leg so you can drop a little bit lower and just stretching off through that back. Excellent. Good. So rounding and stacking the spine. Grab your balls. We're not going to use them for a sec, but just have them handy because we're coming to lying on the floor and we will be using them once we're down on the floor. So we're going to do a full roll down, keeping the legs straight, crown of the head to the ceiling. We're C-curving that spine. We're rolling all the way down. Remember, keep the shoulders relaxed, nice and wide through the chest. As we come lumbar thoracic, head down, reach the arms over the top. And we're going to flex through the feet. We're going to reach the left arm. All four limbs are on the floor. We're not lifting anything up. We're just reaching the left arm to touch the wall behind you. At the same time, we're lengthening the left leg to touch the wall in front of you. And relax. Right side. Reach the right arm, right leg. We're just lengthening all the way up the one side of the body and relax. We're changing to the left and relax and then to the right. Good. And relax. Brilliant. We're going to bring the arms down by your side. Bend your knees. Knees and feet are hip width apart. Heels about 1.5 hand length away from the glutes. Have a little play with your neutral spine here. So on the in-breath, we're going to roll that pelvis forward, meaning you're arching through the lumbar spine. At the same time, you're taking the chin up towards the ceiling. On the out-breath, we're going to flatten through the lumbar spine, and then we're sliding the chin towards the chest. So we're getting the length through the back of the neck. One more time, in-breath. Roll the pelvis forward, so you're arching through the lumbar spine, chin up to the ceiling. Out breath, flatten through the lumbar spine, and we're taking the chin to the chest, keeping the length through the back of the neck. We're going to come up into our shoulder bridge position. So deep breath in, drawing the belly button to spine. On the out breath, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time. Make sure those legs are staying straight as we push through the front of the thighs. The hips are lifted, coming up to between the shoulder blades. Hips lifted, rib cage down. Check there's no tension through the neck or the shoulders. And then we're going to come back down one vertebra at a time, keeping that pelvis curled up. Let the lumbar spine come into the mat before you relax that pelvis down to the floor. Good. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the floor, peeling the vertebra one at a time as we come up into the shoulder bridge position. Squeezing the glutes, lift those hips up, but keep the rib cage down. Don't hollow through that lumbar spine. We're going to take the glutes straight down to the floor and push straight back up again. Good. So we're not articulating. We're coming straight down to the floor and pushing and squeezing those hips and glutes to come back up. Good. In breath, drop down. Out breath, straight back up again. One more time. In breath to drop down. Out breath, pushing and squeezing those glutes to come back up. From there now, we're going to drop 2 centimeters down. So we're going to drop 2 centimeters and squeezing back up. Drop and squeeze those glutes. Lift those hips as high as you can. Drop and lift, but make sure the rib cage is staying down. 3, good. 4, we're going for 8. 5, 6, for 7, and last one for 8. And we're coming back down one vertebra at a time. Keep the pelvis curled up until the end. Hug the knee into your knees into your chest and just rock from side to side. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to grab our balls now. Place both calves over the ball, so the ball's sitting snugly into the back of the hamstrings. Arms out to the side, palms to the ceiling, and relaxing the shoulders down the back. Good. So into the hip rolls now with the ball. So on the out breath, and remember we're controlling the movement through the core. So draw the belly button to spine. We're going to take both knees over to the right and the head goes to the left. So don't come too far, the first one. Then take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up again. And then we're taking both knees to the left and head goes to the right. The knees and feet should be squeezing together over the ball. Take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up. Good. Both legs over to the right. Head goes to the left. See if you can come a little lower. But remember, we don't want to be pulling on the back. We're working the core muscles here. And over to the left. Head goes to the right. Good. We're going to do one more time to each side. In breath to center, legs over to the right, head goes to the left. Take those knees a little lower this time. Once you've got the muscles, you've warmed them what's going to happen. You can start engaging those muscles a little bit more as we increase how low we go down with those legs. Good. And take the lumbar spine back to the floor as we center back up. So keep the right leg over the ball. We're taking the left leg straight up to the ceiling. We're going to come up from the breastbone. Take hold of that left leg. Looking through the knees, so make sure your chin is towards your chest. We're going to draw the leg towards your nose. Feeling that lovely stretch through the hamstring. Keep hold of the leg. We're going to take the head back down to the floor and we're increasing that stretch through the hamstring there. Good. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Try and relax those muscles into the stretch. 2, 1, and we're going to take that left leg back over the ball again. Good. Point through the right toe. Take the right leg to the ceiling. Come up from the breastbone. Take hold of the right leg. Draw it towards you. Chin towards the chest. Then we're taking the head back to the floor. Increase the stretch through the right leg. And we're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lowering that right leg over the ball. Good. We're going to place the right foot onto the front, the side of the ball. Take the left leg up to the ceiling, and we're lengthening that right leg away. We want to feel the pressure through the right heel into the ball. So we really feel like we're holding that right ball nice and still. We're pointing through the left toe. Make sure that lumbar spine is down into the mat. We're going to start with inward circles. So we're going to bring the left leg to the inside to circle. We're drawing the circles on the ceiling. Nice and small to begin with. You want to make sure there's no movement through the pelvis, so no rocking from side to side, and the ball is staying as still as possible. We're slowly going to spiral those circles, so getting them bigger and bigger with each circle, only to the point that you can keep everything still, as in the hips aren't rocking and the ball isn't moving. Good. We're going to go one more time in this direction, and then we're going to reverse, but starting small and slowly spiraling those circles, getting them slightly bigger and being very strict that we're keeping that ball as still as possible. Good. We're going to into quite big circles now for the last two. Excellent. And center back up again. We're going to just hug that left knee in for a sec. Good. And then we're changing legs. So left heel onto the ball, right leg straight up to the ceiling. Make sure you've got some pressure through that heel into the ball, keeping it still. Bringing the leg to the inside. We're going to start those circles. Small to begin, and then slowly spiraling, getting those circles slightly bigger each time. Remember, the focus is on the pelvis staying still and the ball not moving. And we're coming into big circles now for the last two, as big as you can without rocking. Last one, and we're changing direction now. So taking the leg to the outside, starting with the small circles and slowly spiraling, with getting those circles slightly bigger. Good. Until we're coming into nice big circles here for two circles. And two. Back to the center and lower the foot onto the floor. We can bring that, the ball, bring that right knee in, lengthening that left leg away, stretching it out. Good. Okay, so we're going to bring the ball out now. We're holding the ball in the hands, up to the ceiling, shoulders relaxing down the back. Now, at any point with this, if you feel the ball is just too much to be contending with, leave the ball. We're really focusing on our core here. Locking the lumbar spine down into the mat, we're going to float the right and then the left leg up into tabletop position. We're going to alternate legs. We're going to tap the toe. So start with the left, tap the left toe down into the bucket of water, and then take it back up to tabletop again. We're tapping the right toe into the bucket of water and taking it back up. The priority is that that lumbar spine does not leave the mat. So Keep that back locked down. Good. We're going to go for 3 more times to each side. So for 3 and 3, breathing out to lower, in breath to center. For 2, keep the shoulders down the back. And 2. Good. Last time to each side. And 1. Good. Take the leg back up. Now I'm just going to put my left leg down for a sec. You can do the same if you want. We're going to bring the ball just in front of the right knee. And then both hands are going to be on the ball. Now you want to push the knee into the ball. At the same time, you're going to be applying pressure with the hands. So you're keeping the ball tightly between the knee and your hands, shoulders down the back. We're then going to float the left leg up. Now this is hard. You'll feel it's a lot stronger with this one. If it feels too much, go back to the one we were doing before, holding the ball above your head. And we're toe tapping. So toe to the floor and take it back up. Good. If the ball is in your way, just move the ball over to the side a little bit. Good. 3 more. In, out, in breath to lower, out breath to come back up. Good. For 2, lock the back down. And last one, come back up. Bring the ball onto the shins, rock a little bit side to side before we work on the other leg. Good. Feeling a bit stronger? Thumbs up if it's a yes. Thumbs down if it's a no. Good. Okay. Brilliant. All right. So legs back up. Place the ball in front of the left knee. Pull the left knee into the ball at the same time. Pressure through the right hands. Lock the back down. And we're toe tapping. Out breath to lower. In breath to come back up for 6. For 5. Keep the pressure into the knee and the hands. For 4. Back lock down. For 3. For 2. And last one. Back up. Excellent. Hug those knees in. Good. Hard work. It's amazing how that putting the pressure through the other leg makes such an impact on that core there. Okay. The next one we're going to do, if you are suffering with back issues, I would do it without the ball, okay? If you're not sure, have a go. And if you're feeling your back, then just take the ball out. So the legs are in, we're actually going to take the calves around the ball. So we're holding the ball in the calves. The knees are bent. You can bring them up over your chest a little bit. That just takes a bit of the weight out and lock the back down. We're straightening the legs straight up to the ceiling. Lock the back down and bend those knees again. Good. Straighten the legs up and bend. Good. One more time. Straighten the legs up. Bend those knees, bring them up over your chest. I'm going to show you the next one. We're straightening the legs. We're going to drop the ball and catch it, and then we're throwing it and catching it between the legs. It looks harder than it is, okay? And we're going to do that for 8 times, dropping and catching. Good. So for 7, 6, 5, lock the back down. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Hug those knees in. Good. How did you get on? It's hard to watch you and catch the ball. Good. Well done. That's a really lovely one. It works the inner thigh muscles. I'm leaving you to just relax your back off. It's working those inner thigh muscles, but generally, we're so busy concentrating on catching the ball that we actually don't notice how hard we're working. Good. Loosen the back off a bit. Then we're going to take the ball back underneath the legs. We're going to lengthen the right leg away on the ball and bring the left knee up to your chest. Just remember to keep the back relaxed and down onto the floor. Then with the left hand on the left knee, we're opening the left knee out. Now don't roll onto your left side. Keep the right side down. We're just stretching through again that inner thigh. Keep the pressure of the right heel on the ball. That will help you to stay centered. And then we're going to, with the right hand, bring the left knee over towards the right shoulder. So you're bringing it up and over towards the right shoulder. Good. So hand over the knee, pull the knee up and over to that right shoulder. Good. Good. Then we're going to place the ankle onto the knee. So the left knee is out to the side. Draw the ball back towards you. Push onto that left knee, so we're increasing that stretch a bit. And then we're going to gently roll onto our right side slightly, lifting the left side about 2 or 3 centimeters. And we're just increasing that stretch. Good. So we should be feeling it through the glute piriformis muscle there. You can also just bring your calf over the ball if you want to, a little bit more. That helps. And stretching through that left side. Brilliant. Center back up. We're changing legs. So left foot onto the ball. Lengthen the left leg away and hug the right knee in. Good. And then we're going to open the right knee out to the side. Pull the knee up. If you don't feel much of a stretch with the hand behind the knee, you can bring the hand over the inner thigh and kind of almost push it down. But remember, keep the pressure through that left leg on the ball. That will keep you centered. Good. And then we're going to bring the right knee up. So we're taking it with the left hand. Bring the knee up and towards that left shoulder now. The right knee to the opposite shoulder. Bring it over and up. Good. And then place that right ankle onto the left knee. Draw that ball up as close to you as possible. Place the hand on the right knee to keep that knee open. And then just ever so slightly, we're rolling to the left side to increase that stretch. Good. 2, 1, and we're centering back up again. Good. Both feet on the floor. We're rolling onto our sides. We're coming up to sitting. Legs out in the V. Flexion through the foot. Okay, so left hand on the ball. We're rolling the ball down the left foot and we're coming into a side bend. So bring the right arm over the top. Then we're going to take the right arm to the ceiling and then follow the hand with the head. So we're just opening that stretch up a bit. Take both hands back to the ball. Chest goes over the knee. Push that ball away from you a little bit more and we're just increasing that stretch. Breathing through that. Good. Come to the center. Walk to the center. Keep the chest down towards the floor. Holding the ball on both sides and just gently rocking, not rolling the ball all the way over. We're just gently rocking from side to side. So the hands are not moving on the ball. We're just rolling the ball side to side. Good. Now we're going to take it over inside that right leg. Bring the left hand over the top and to the side bend. Good. Take the left arm to the ceiling and follow the hand with the head. So you're sort of opening up through the neck and shoulders here. Take the hand back to the ball. Roll the ball away and take the chest over that right knee. Good. And then we're rounding back up and stacking that spine. Excellent. So we're going to come onto our knees and then up to standing. Have the ball in front of you. We're just going to finish off with one last roll down with the ball. So we can keep the knees soft or straight, depending how you're feeling to start. So we're going to roll down to the ball, crown of the head to the ball, rolling the ball away. Lengthen that tailbone away, straight through the legs now if you can. Drop the head down between the arms. Breathing through that stretch. One more time. Such a lovely stretch through so many muscles of the body. And then we're going to soften through the knees, rounding back up, stacking that spine. Excellent work, everyone.